you guys ready? You want to start? You guys okay? I think everyone's here. Yeah, okay, all 10 of you. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Alrighty, so I don't really know if I need that. You want me to just use it? Oh, okay. Just put in more on this one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So it is time. We have all the kids here and they're ready. So first of all, before we start the program, there's an announcement. A green medal with a bronze, it's a bronze medal, but it has a green ribbon. I think it fell off. It belongs to Miss Elsa, and it fell off, and she had it before she came here. So if anyone sees that in the church or if someone picked it up, please return it to her. So that's her medal. So just a little announcement. Okay. So, well, welcome to the Adventurer Investiture. Unfortunately, I'm missing a couple staff members to illness. Sherlyn is taking care of her daughters who are sick, and Amuda was not going to be here today as well. And Angela had to run, so, we are short, but it's just me. But the service is not going to be long, but thank you to all the parents and church members who showed up to support this club. It really means a lot. This is something that's very special to me. I enjoy adventurers and pathfinders very much. And before the kids get their awards today, I do have to say that unfortunately, the patches which were ordered are en route. They take time. We get them from our source, Advent Source, and they have their own timing for sending things. But once they come, the kids will get their appropriate patches and medals. I do have some stuff for them, though, because I didn't want them to go empty-handed. So I put together some stuff for you guys in little bags just to remind you of what you did during the year. And I hope you enjoy them, and I hope it just reminds you of the fun you've had and the things you've learned, and just to remember that we love you, and that, I love you, and that the staff loves you, your parents love you, and we're happy that you guys are part of the club, okay? Especially the ones who are moving on to Pathfinders. That's a big thing. That's an exciting thing. So, but yes, as I was saying, doing this club has really been a joy for me, and I have a couple adventurers who want to speak about their experience briefly, but I know that when I got started with this, I was not their age. I was a lot older when I first started with these clubs. I was actually 14 when I even started Pathfinders. Now that's above the age. Well, it's not quite above the age, but it's high school age. And most of these kids are not high school age, they're young. But I started at high school age, and I became involved in the teen leadership program for Pathfinders. And I have to say, it's a wonderful experience, and for our church to be starting a club this coming year, officially a Pathfinder club, because a lot of our adventurers will be older. That's a wonderful thing. And they're going to have fun, and they're going to grow in God, and we're going to see where God takes that club. So it's a real blessing. And you guys, you will come to learn now, and I'm sure you guys have already learned, but even in Pathfinders, that what you learn and the people that you meet and the leaders that you have, they will impact you. I know personally a leader who impacted me very much. He passed away due to cancer, and he struggled with it for many, many years. He had bone cancer, and he had several surgeries and bone grafts, and he passed away actually after a campout that we had, and we had to do a memorial service for him and carry flags and do a color guard service for him to honor him. But the people and the leaders that you have are going to impact you, and they will help you grow, and they'll become your mentors. And, I just hope you know that you can come to us with anything, any problem you have, and we're always here for you. Okay, we're always praying for you too, so that's important. So at this time, I want Rhea, you okay to come up? Yeah. Rhea's going to just talk briefly. Rhea is going to be moving on to Pathfinder, so this is her last year in Adventurers. So she has said she would like to say something.
So I'm really excited about moving on to Pathfinders because I really liked Adventurers. It's just been so much fun for me. All the services and the campouts and all my friends and adventurers, having them all was like really fun. Doing all the activities, it's just something I'm never gonna forget.
Thank you, Ria. So, Ria has been a wonderful adventurer. I mean, as you can see, you know, she sings and she participates and she's had a really good time. So, all right, the next one, Quinn. Quinn wants to say something too.
I'm excited that I'm moving on to the next level. In 2 years, I'll be a Pathfinder, and this year was really fun. Hopefully, we can have more fun things this year.
Thank you, Quinn. That's right. So as you can see, they enjoy being here. They enjoy being in the club, and I think that's what's really important. And I will be honest in saying this, and maybe I'm a little biased, but you know, I'll be honest in saying that this is a great club. These kids are wonderful kids, and that's a tribute to the parents, to the church, because I've had the experience of working with some kids and some Pathfinders who don't have the motivation, they don't have the drive that these kids have for Christ. And I know it's different for each person, you know, depending on growing up and depending on how you were raised, but these kids are fantastic. And you saw today in the service, they want to participate, you know. They enjoy being up there. They enjoy taking part, and that's so important. And all of them are, you know, wonderful. I tell the other kids that I work with about you guys. And I'm like, you know, I know kids who are a little bit younger than you, and they're really, really, really good. So just saying. So I use it as motivation for them in a way. But you guys are, I'm like, you guys are older, you know, start acting like it. But, you know, you guys are wonderful. So, all right. So as you can see, we get claps. They're wonderful. I have to say, not all kids are like this. This is from real personal experience. So, and as you can see, we have some pictures from the activities they did this year. We went on a camp out. I think it was October. Was it October? Okay, so last October, we went to Gambrill State Park, which is near Frederick, and we had mostly all the kids there. There were a few families I know that couldn't make it, but they did a lot of things. We went on a hike. They saw Middletown Overlook, I believe. It really looks out into, like, you can see Middletown. I think you can even probably see Frederick from a distance, but they had a really good time. And you can see we took some pictures. There were also pictures of some of the crafts they did. They really had fun doing them because we tried to be really creative in the things we want them to do. We had them make Sabbath boxes. It was actually Sherlyn's idea, where they decorate these plastic boxes and they can put whatever, you know, trinkets or whatever things remind them of the Sabbath, you know, and they can put stuff in there. So if someone gives them a little Bible, if they do something in Sabbath school, they can put it in their boxes. So we did that. And they also did stuff with stamps, and they enjoyed doing that because a lot of the stamps that they got to put in their books, they were from around the world. And so, you know, they really enjoyed that. Now, we also went to a museum. I forgot exactly which date, but we went to the Museum of American History in D.C., and the girls had a really good time. They're posing, and they really enjoyed themselves. So we wanted them to learn not just about things, you know, about biblical things. We wanted to really have them learn about history and learn about, because that's all a part of learning with the club as well. So they did a really good job there. They're doing the stamps. So I'm very proud of them, and they did a great job. And right now we're going to give out the awards, and then I have a special video that I'm going to show. So let's start with the awards, and I have things here for you. So I'm going to call out your name, and you're going to come up and get your award, okay? All right, so the first person is Taylor. Come on up, Tay. All right, Tay, there you go. That's for you. Okay, and that's your bag. So. All right, so we have Taylor. All right, next person is Owen. You're right here. That's for you. Let me grab a bag for you. There you go. All right, Elsa. Come on up. There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay. Kate. There you go. All right. There you go. Okay. Nikki. Nikki. Little man. Okay, there you go. Okay. Quinn. There you go, sir. And give me a minute. Sophia? Nathan? Where's Nathan? And I have to say, Nathan, by the way, is actually Pathfinder age. So he'll be one of our older Pathfinders. It's just he was the only one. And so it was hard to have a club with just him. He wanted to be with the kids. So that's why, officially. But he is technically a Pathfinder. So there you go, Nathan. All right. Rhea? So, there you go. Okay. Eli? Okay. There you go. Okay. So it's just stuff in there that, we did some things. You might remember the Adventurous Sabbath with the fruits of the Spirit, where you guys had to hold yeah, I know you guys would laugh at that. They had to hold the little fruit cards while they sang, and so I know that they'll remember all that. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. I also, every year it's a custom, it's a tradition with clubs. You usually pick an adventurer or a Pathfinder of the year. And, it's not just, showing favoritism. I do want to emphasize that. But it's really to look at an adventurer or Pathfinder who's made a lot of progress throughout the year. And not just progress, but they've had a really good attitude. They've attended the meetings. And, staff, leadership, we've been able to see how they've grown. And we've been able to see how they develop. And that adventurer of the year this year is Taylor. Taylor has been wonderful, and she's very sweet. She's very considerate of others, and in her attitude, I've seen a lot of. She has grown, and today she was singing, and she memorized her part with the other adventurers, and also I remember on our camp out, Taylor was very involved in everything we did, and she had a great attitude. She always wanted to participate, and that's really what we want to see. That makes a great adventurer. And Taylor, I have something for you. Because you're moving on to Pathfinders, I was trying to think of something that I could give you as Adventurer of the Year, and I would really like to give you, and I would be honored if you would actually have my Pathfinder scarf that I had when I first started. I really would like you to have it, and that way you don't need to buy your own scarf. You'll have it, and I have a pin for you as well, a Pathfinder pin. So come up here. I'm actually going to scarf you. Take your scarf off. So. So that brings us into Pathfinders. So these adventurers have done a wonderful job. They have worked very hard for the past couple of years that we've had the club. And I'm so proud of all of them. I'm proud of all of you guys. All of you have done wonderful. And for those who are moving on to Pathfinders, it's going to be different, right? Yeah, I've already spoke to some of you. You've come up and you've told me how excited you are. It is different because Pathfinders, different things are expected of you. For one, you are older, and you guys will be mentors to the kids who are still in adventurers, okay? So you will have to set an example. And I know I'm speaking to, stand up if you're going to be a Pathfinder next year. Stand up. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's quite a few of you. So things are going to be different. When we go camping, you get to put up your own tents. Yay! Oh, so glad to hear that. Yes. Yeah, hey, I would love it if as an adventurer you put up your own tent too. That would be awesome. You would get a head start. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. They can. So that's also the other thing is that, I do want to do some things with you guys combined. That way you can still work together. However, the Pathfinders will be doing some of their own activities as well. That is, they're held to a higher standard. And in certain things, that will be expected of them. So they'll have more responsibility than you, okay? And they know that. They've heard this before. But I'm so excited for the Pathfinders, and I'm excited to start this club. And that also brings me to a very important topic as well. I don't know how many of you have heard of Oshkosh. Does anyone know Oshkosh? Okay, I see quite a few hands, so it's not new to a lot of you. There is a campout, an international campout for Pathfinders. It is held every 5 years. The last one was in 2014. I attended that one. The next one is next year in August. Basically, this campout is done in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, on a huge plot of land. I mean, this is, this piece of land, it's just tremendously huge. I mean, I remember going there, and I'm just standing there like, you feel so small. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But clubs from around the world, so Australia, China, India, they come to Wisconsin during this event, and they camp there for 1 week. It's about 5 days. And this gives the Pathfinders a chance to meet Pathfinders from around the world. How are Pathfinders from Australia different? How are they the same? And you get to do pin trading. There's a show because they always focus on a certain Bible story. When I went 5 years ago, the theme was called Forever Faithful, and the theme was Daniel. They focused on Daniel and his experience, with Nebuchadnezzar, his experience with, Darius. It was just a very powerful story. The theme next year is called Chosen, and they've chosen to focus on David. Okay, so David is going to be their focus. And as a little, as a little treat, I have the official promo video that was given to me by someone I know who works at the conference, and he decided to send it to me because I said, I really want to show you guys this video, because those of you who are going to be Pathfinders, this is something to think about and to look forward to. And it's going to take, some fundraising. We're going to have to seriously think about it, but I would love for you guys to go. I would love it. It is an incredible experience. I mean, do you know what kind of activities they have? You'll probably see some. They have zip lining. They have extreme mountain biking. They have water slides. They have swimming. They have everything. Everything, all on this piece of land. And you stay in the tent. You get to see a show. You get to interact with people. It's a lot of fun. And there's drilling. Who wants to be on the drill team? You guys don't know? So, oh, good question. No, it's like drilling and marching, okay? So no, you're not like drilling in the ground and making holes. No. That's a really great question, though, because I know how that can sound. No, it's drilling and marching. So basically, as a unit, you will be performing commands. There will be a drill instructor, a drill commander, and it's a lot of fun. I was on the drill team, and we actually performed at Oshkosh, and we did really well. So it's a lot of fun. It's not easy, but, I think we can definitely pull it out if you guys are willing to learn and to try it out. So anyway, let's go ahead and show the promo video for Oshkosh next year. It's not a long video. It's short, but let's go ahead and show that, so if we can.
The fact that we can meet people from all over the world.
That's what we've already planned. Everyone here wants to come back again. It's just, we've had the time of our lives here. It's been great.
So it's exciting. It really is. And a lot of work goes into this camp out. The people who act out for the play, they're actually, what kind of play? So what they do is they... No, those are all really good questions. So what they do is it's just like a play where they have the characters, so they'll have someone be David, they'll have someone be Goliath, and they actually have a script, and they'll act it out as if you're watching a movie about it or a TV show, so you actually get to see the story play out. And they separate it over the course of the 5 days. So you see one part on this day, you see the next part on this day. There's good music. They also have a chance where you can sample food from around the world. You guys think you might want to do that? Yeah. They set up booths and you can try different foods. Yeah. They usually focus on certain pieces, so they'll probably focus on how he became, I'm not sure. I wish I knew more about all of that, but I do have a few friends who will actually be actors and acting. They actually have auditioned and they got in, so so that'll be very interesting. But yeah, so I'm very, very excited, you guys, and I'm so glad that you guys are too, and it's something to think about. It's something to start planning for, so start saving your money. So, yeah. Going with you? Oh, yeah, you're not going without me. Yeah. yeah. If you're going there, I'm going there. Yeah, definitely. So it's next year. The cost varies. Usually it varies according to club, and it just depends on what the club is going to charge, depending. But, a lot of fundraising is good, and usually you rely on that to cover at least food costs, maybe, and other things. But the ticket prices I need to find out because it is a ticket-based event. So I will find that out. But registration has been ongoing, but yeah. But that's why fundraising is important. Fundraising is very important. So yeah. Oh, that's a good question too. Mode of transportation. Some clubs fly. That is the quickest mode of transportation. You can make it into a road trip, but it's quite a drive. And that can be long if you're, you have to pack all your stuff, but you can do that. We have some clubs doing charter bus. So there are just different ways, and all of that has to be decided, by your parents, by the club. We have to see how much money, But just start thinking about it because the kids who are Pathfinders will be eligible to go. So if everything works out, you will be, and that'll be exciting because it'll be your first year, and it'll be your first Oshkosh. So that's really cool. It's always nice when you're younger, you're a little bit more open to things, I think. So, yeah. But I'm really excited, so do you guys want to say anything or any questions? Or are you guys okay? No? Oh, thumbs up. We're excited now. I see thumbs up. Oh, yes, Quinn. Oh. Will you get your own tent, is what you're asking? No, Quinn, you will have to share. If there was a tent for everyone, you would have like 20 tents set up. It's probably not going to happen. But the tents could probably be big enough. I know in the club we have now, we usually put 3 people in one tent. 3 people in a 6-person tent. So you're not going to be in there for very long. All you do is sleep in there because we don't let you go in there unless it's time for bed because you have to do stuff. Yeah. So. Oh, you want to?
Over there.
Okay, come on.
So I'm really thankful that you were a teacher. I think you're the best teacher, and and I'm very. I thought like my favorite part this year was the camping. It was really fun, and I'm glad that we got to hike twice with me and Taylor and Nathan.
That's right. I know. You guys were like the leaders of that, weren't you?
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, that's a little teary. Yeah, but, thank you again to all of you for your support. It's not easy doing these kinds of things sometimes. Things come up. I know people have been busy. We've struggled, personally, we have struggled with having a few of our meetings for the past few weeks because I know people have been busy. But I have to say just the support from everyone has been overwhelming, and I appreciate it a lot because I have seen clubs where the support is not there. Actually, a dear friend of mine, she runs a club in Waldorf, and the pastor of that church, every time she would schedule a Pathfinder meeting, he would schedule a church event during that meeting. And he told her, and he's like, this just isn't that important, in my opinion. He said, Pathfinders is not important. You know, we have to do other things. We have to focus on other things. And she's like, you know, really? Like, she is not with that club anymore. But when she was, you know, and to me, that's incredible because the kids are the future of the church. The reason why we do these things, the reason why they do Oshkosh and they do all that is to, it's to, you know, enable these kids and these adventurers and pathfinders to take over the roles in the church and to be leaders themselves, okay? Because no one's going to live forever, and that's just something I always tell people. I'm like, they are the future, and I'm happy knowing that they're the future because from what I see, the future is going to be a bright one. So I see a lot of good things with that. So no, I'm very, very grateful to everybody for the support. I really want to thank Pastor Micah and Tony because, I especially really want to thank Pastor Micah and Tony because they have done so much. I mean, it's one thing for us staff to be doing things and to be on board, but to have the support from them, it means so much to us, really. Because everything, the campouts, the adventure Sabbaths, I don't know what we do without the direction and the help with the music. So, kids, please clap your hands for Pastor Micah and Miss Tony. Remember to hug them and say thank you because it really means a lot to have that support. And again, thank you to the parents. Just thank you to everybody. I thank my parents because, it does keep me busy sometimes, and I can't really spend a lot of time with everyone like I like to, so thank you. So unless you guys want to say anything else, we'll have a word of prayer. Do you want to pray and end the program? So, Pastor Micah, you want to pray?
I'll pray.
Oh, okay.
But before that, I want to give you a big hug and tell you, Shanti's one of our youth that grew up at Reaching Hearts, and then took a little hiatus with all of her friends, which I appreciate. I think that was an important thing for you to do. But every time I would see Shanti, I'm like, we still need a Pathfinder club. We still need a Pathfinder club. And we are just grateful that you've taken this on and you've done such a fine job. I don't think anyone knows how much work this truly is. And Pathfinders kicks it up a whole nother notch.
It does.
Right?
It does. And, that was another thing that I was saying is if there's anyone who would really like to help with the adventures, please come and see me because I'm going to talk to Sherlyn because she has expressed the interest in this as well of once Pathfinder starts, I might relinquish the adventurer duties onto her, but she wants more support. Just because with both clubs, it can get very busy and very intense.
Yeah, honestly, it's too much for Shanti to run both of those. Not that she couldn't, but she shouldn't have to. And so, that's awesome. Sherlyn will do a great job, and you guys pool your resources together. But we need support. The parents are great. They all come together and they support us and they help, and always at the campouts and all of those kinds of things. But it would be great if others in the church, so if you pass the word around, others in the church would get involved, especially our mature folks in the church get involved because your role in the lives of the young people here at Reaching Hearts are incredibly important. They can learn so much from you. And so we'd love to have you come on board and help us support this ministry here at Reaching Hearts. I'm proud of this whole crew too, and all the hard work they do, and how awesome they are up front, and how eager they are to participate, and Shanti for her leadership. So let's bow our heads and have a word of prayer. Father in heaven, I want to thank you today for every one of these young people in this room that you have blessed us with, you've blessed our families with, and the privilege that we have to be able to work with them and to get to know them and to have the opportunities to speak the love of Jesus into their lives and help them on their journey with Jesus. Thank you for all of the parents who give many hours hauling the kids back and forth and helping out with all of the events and the things that we do. We're so blessed to be able to be part of all of this. Now, please be with all of us and take care of us as we leave this place. Bring us back together to this place we love to be, to worship you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Sure. Yeah, please. If any of you have, any kids, between the ages of 4, 9, or anyone who's young, please join the clubs. We really would like to have a full club, a lot of kids. I mean, that's a very important thing, If all the kids in the church were involved, and I know it's hard, to make all the meetings, but that's not a requirement, okay? You can be in the club, and, if you miss a few meetings, whatever, there's no penalty for that. I think sometimes people think that that's a requirement. It's not, okay? We encourage it, but we know that things happen. So please join, and please be involved. So thank you.